Hey yo. You know what it's called this whip, yeah? You know what I call this whip? Maddie. You wanna know why they call it that?
Why, Bernard?
Why? Because when you see it in your car park, your clothing shop, it means all your garms are going missing like Maddie McCann. Cheers! Maddie McCann in a blacked out McCann, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Yo, sold off all my shit, I'm on the go. Driving in my van to Portugal, shit. I do all my own stunts, I'm a fucking pro. Tom Petty and baggy shit is all I know.
Hey yo, what the fuck is going on, people? It is your boy, Young Burner from DE, and today we're going to discuss pop-ups. Pop-ups are a thing that's been very hit and miss for me. I've done 2 previously over the 3 or 4 years I've been selling garms, and it's been a mixed bag. So this one's going to be really interesting with the insight that I have now. So the concept of a pop-up is basically when someone hires out a space and they invite a load of other local sellers to come and show off their wares and just have a general market environment. It's a pop-up because it's not a market that goes on constantly and like runs every month. It's just a pop-up one-off shop, you know. But it's a great event to network with people if you are a seller, and it's a great chance to pick up cheap garms if, you know, you have one local to you and you don't want to deal with shipping times and shipping costs, that kind of stuff. Now, my experience at the previous 2 pop-ups really prepared myself for this one. So we're just going to run through those quick and see what happened at each one and what the deal was really. So the first pop-up I ever did was at a place called Syndicate Market in Nottingham. I'm not sure if it's still running, but the last time I checked, you know, it was pre-COVID, they were still doing it. But sadly, the first time I went, we didn't sell absolutely anything. We weren't prepared for the mission, to put it like in the simplest terms. We basically turned up with a suitcase of clothes, we found out we had a table, we just piled the clothes on the table, we didn't have a rail, and essentially people were just scared to look at the clothes and touch the clothes. Not helping that was that we didn't really know the target demographic. Like, we went in to a vintage and streetwear event thinking that, oh, if we come in with a load of high-end garms, runway pieces, it'll be a niche and there's not many other people selling that, so we're going to do well. Not necessarily. So people were scared to touch the clothes because they're all piled up. Also, in terms of tagging and being able to see what's what, it wasn't very clear at all. So if you wanted to see the size of something like a pair of trousers, you had to like look inside and find the tags, and then say if it was Italian size, you have to come up and find me and that's what the size was. So ultimately over that event, we didn't sell anything, which was a real shame. But on the upside, we had a chance to network with some people. So we met the guys from Honest Skateboards, and you know, they're still putting it up for Nottingham. They got new bits coming out soon, so check them out if you're local. Support your local skate scene always. It's very important for the local community. I can't stress that enough. But yeah, so the first time we went down, we weren't very prepared, and it just didn't go too well. But it was a learning experience. And the thing that's good about pop-ups is when you see as an online seller or you're stock in person, it gives you a really great feeling of accomplishment. You're like, yeah, you know, I've come somewhere with this. I've got all this stuff that I can sell to people, and even if it's not enough to fill up a shop, it might be like just one corner of a little space, like just seeing that in actuality, it does bits for your motivation in your head. So even if you don't know if you're going to profit, it's sometimes good to go to these events just for your own sake as a seller. The second pop-up we did was in Leicester, and I'm not sure really what went wrong with this one. I don't know if it didn't get shared enough on social media. But we came through, we made a really nice space, we had a whole room to ourselves. I think there were only 2 other sellers at this one, whereas at Syndicate Market it was maybe about 30. So scale-wise it was a lot smaller, but this one had music acts on, so rappers had flown in from America to do this show, and it was a big deal for the people that were hosting it. Now sadly, it didn't go down quite as well on the night. Basically there was some issues with the audio, so they only had like 2 instrumentals that they could go off on all night, and whilst the vibes were there, everyone was having a great time that were there. You know, people just coming in, sticking in their head, staying for about half an hour and leaving. So in terms of setup, it was great. We had our own little room to the side. I think we might have sold 1 or 2 pieces of that one, but there was no high value items that were notable. So in terms of profits and cost to get down there, it wasn't really worth it. So coming into this one, I was very skeptical, especially given the fact it was on a Sunday and it was 6 till 12 PM. So a lot of people had work on Monday, you know, we're not all party animals out here in Derbyshire, so we got jobs, we got a 9 to 5, we got to wake up for in the morning. So honestly, I didn't think the turnout would be that great. To add to that, it had been absolutely chucking it down the entire day. But we went through, we persisted, and we came through, and it was a fucking good event, I'll tell you that. So what did we do differently for this one than the other events that we've done? Well, basically, I knew the target market a lot better than when I was going to Syndicate Market. So this event was put on by a long-time friend. I used to chill with him at the skate park when I was a kid. You know John Joe? Yeah, repping the T. Hey, gotta support my man. So he hosted the event. He did a set which I've got a little bit of footage of, but I was at the back, so it wasn't too great, but I'll stick it in later on when we're showing you the event. So he asked me to come down personally because he knows what I'm doing with my clothes, he knows I'm grinding. I've been to a couple of the shows before when he's been rapping, and he's got a little rap collective that he works with, and it's all like underground skate dons. Shout out to Snap Market a lot, you know, I don't get down there enough. My skating's fucking shite, but I'm trying still in it, so fucking, we out here. So luckily, I knew the target demographic. I knew that, like, a lot of skaters, they don't want brand new garms, they don't mind throwing on a used t-shirt, they don't mind vintage bits, they just want stuff that's skateable and that makes them look fly. It needs to have that little bit of edge to make it be cool, you know, they don't want no Zara pieces, no H&M. They're not really interested in the super hype stuff as well. They're not going to be out here copying £700 Bisbee jackets like the ones I've been copying recently. So, like, I had to get my stock specifically for the event, so that meant going to a lot of charity shops because, like, I don't normally carry this kind of stock. So a lot of charity shops, early morning car boots, just getting in those cheap steals that even if I can sell them at a £5, I can still make a couple of quid on them. For me, if I sold, say, 5 t-shirts, I felt like that'd be successful because, you know, I've made 5 people in Nottingham happy, and, you know, I've made enough money to buy myself a couple drinks and, you know, just have a good time. So we got all the clothes sorted. We got one of the rails that I already have because I'm setting up my garms room at the moment. So we used that rail and we sorted all the stock out beforehand. So we priced everything up so it was ready to go when we got there. We just stick the price tags on each hanger corresponding to the garm, and it's happy days basically. Quick setup, quick pack away, and everyone's happy. I just got the tags from like Home Bargains or something. They weren't anything special, they're just plain cardboard ones. You know, bit of Sharpie is all you need for a pop-up. It's not gonna last forever. It doesn't need to be anything super sick. As well as that, I made sure I was rolling through the crew. I got my boy Jarbo's come through. He loves the music for DLC and, you know, all those boys, and he's into skating and that whole scene. So he was a perfect candidate to come through. He's helped me in the past. He's a homie since day. So big shout out to Jarvo, each and every time, absolute legend. So he came to help me out, and also my girlfriend and her sister came through just to give us an extra hand if it got too busy. This was really advantageous because at some points, like, even between the two of us, we were struggling to keep up with the amount of people in the room because it would come in waves. So say when people were performing, you know, you wouldn't get anyone coming up, but say at the in-between bits when people were just at the smoking area, you know, you had people wandering in and they came in crowds. So if people are looking for your rails, you might have 3 or 4 people asking you questions, trying to take payment, and the data wasn't too great there either. So we couldn't get a great signal. So PayPal was being slow, so, you know, each transaction was taking like 5 minutes to go through. It was getting a bit long, but we got there in the end. So in terms of what we've done, we've sussed out a target demographic, we've worked out how we're going to show off all our clothes, we've organised it all beforehand so we're not struggling when we're setting up. Of course, you know, this is the TheGarmersMarket. You can ask us questions, you can barter. The prices aren't set in stone. That's how it's always going to be at a pop-up. You got to be open for negotiations. So I'd say maybe bump your prices like £10 higher, just so you have that little bit of leeway. If you do want to let them go a bit cheaper, you can let them go and they feel like through the negotiation and barter in a bit, they've got a steal, which is always good. You always want the customer to be happy at the end of the day. So we've done that, we're rolling through deep, and just in general, we've been sharing the event on our socials, we've been trying to get the word out to our local friends, just to see if anyone wants to come down, you know, come support. So yeah, I guess now's the time to show you what garms I'm going to take through. So we're going to skip back in time to before the event, because I'm recording this after, and like this is some Matrix shit, 'cause we're all over the place right now. I'm playing with your heads. But yeah, I'm gonna show off the garms that I took down, and then we're just gonna see how the event went, and I'll probably do a little conclusion. I don't know. I hope you're enjoying the vid so far. Keep fucking watching, because it's fucking sick. So like, I do have a proper light to put on this camera, but the little prongs that go into the battery to charge it are like all messed up. So this is how we're filming this section, I guess. We'll wing it. Alright, so this is stock I'm going to be taking tonight to the pop-up. I've split it up into 4 sections. So here we have some bootleg bits. So I don't get bootleg bits on purpose, but occasionally when you're thrifting, they turn up and they're just, if you look at these Versace jeans, like, the tags are kind of weird, but someone, somewhere, still has a real love for these, so I think all these bits are just going to be a £5. Again, these I bought for myself. I think this was someone off eBay, and they just, I couldn't authenticate them, so I let them go cheap. Nice little Versace top. So these vintage ones get away with it because the OGs, you know, the days of Dapper Dan and people like that, they were really pioneering the bootlegging industry. So I feel like as long as it's not a straight fake of like a logo that's like very popular, most times you're alright rocking these type of bits. Moving on, this is going to be the £5 section. So the target demographic tonight is going to be a lot of skaters and stuff, so I thought I really just need some cheaper clothes to throw in and just get people buying. So most of these are charity shop finds or from thrifting. So we have a nice little Lacoste piece. This was actually from a bundle that I got from free. Just a guy was moving out, he gave away a load of his clothes, so I just took them. We've got some nice night golf pants. I wouldn't normally pick these up, but they've got a nice zip pocket, so if you're skating, you know, it's all going to be safe. And they zip off at the bottom, so, you know, for them hot summer days, it's all cool. We've got these vintage Adidas pants. They got this really nice black sheen to them, so it's just a nice material. All these bits are going to be £5. I'm not going to be making that much money off of it, really, profit wise, but it's a nice little flip. It keeps everyone happy, it gets people to the store to buy more stuff. So these are some Menace joggers, that's from my own collection. I wore these a bit, but they're just too small for me. Nautica tee, this one I bought a while back, but it's extra small. One sec, I need to check out focusing on stuff. It's got a nice back print, it's got a low-key front knitted logo. But yeah, it just sat on my Depop for ages, so I was getting rid. This came from the free bundle as well. It's just an old CDG play tee. It's fairly used, but I'm sure for £5 it's going to go to a nice home. We got the Katy Perry tee from the Witness tour. I'm sure a lot of Rick Owens fans also bump a bit of Katy Perry every once in a while. This is a nice vintage Formula 1 tee. What's the date on it? 1991 World Championships. So it's got a nice back print, nice and colourful. You know, ooh, it's got a 90s vibe. I'm going to hang that up there because I'm doing this one hand. But yeah, nice classic tee. That's on my Depop at the moment. I've put it on for a bit higher than a £5. But, you know, it's for the homies. When you're in person, you know, you're not worrying about packaging stuff. You can cut a few corners and drop the price. Guide London, another just nice vintage knitted piece. Gives me like Vetements vibes. This one I saw at a charity shop. I think it's a tourist tee. I don't recognise the place, but they have this really nice back patch. That just sealed deal. Picked it up, and, you know, I'll still be making £1 or £2 if I do sell it at £5. We got the vintage metal tees. You know, these bad boys, they're classics. You know, you've seen rappers wearing them, everything. So, and you got to get the wolf one as well. These are kind of mad. You know, I'd rock these still. So for £5, people be happy. This is a piece from a brand called Snow. I looked them up. They seem to be fairly big in the grime scene. I can't say that I heard of them before I picked this tee up. But it's got the nice bit on the front, big old graphic on the back, and this is actually the first tee this brand produced. So I don't know if it's a rare find. I don't know if it's really worth anything, but it's got a little tear under the shoulder, so we're gonna let that go for a £5. Ben Nevis tee, you know, it's got a cool graphic. Slogan tees, very vitamin style. This is a Nike run top, so it's like I don't know what the correct term is. It a prime knit? But yeah, it's a real Nike fit. But it has this mad back design, which is very Donda inspired, I feel, you know, with current Balenciaga, that kind of stuff. So I picked that up. It's got a few pulls in it, but for £5, I'm sure someone would be happy if just running in it. Radar radio. Fuck Radar radio, man. That's why it's here for a £5. I mean, I respect what they did for the grime scene, but from what I've heard from the inside, the guys that run it are just a bunch of cunts, so bop and keep it moving, innit? £5. Nice kappa, zip up top. I bought this for myself, but it's a bit too small. Yeah, for £5, I'm sure no one can be complaining. We've got this nice jacket. I had a message on my Depop about this morning regarding measurements. So I might pull this one off the rail, just because it's big and clunky, so it's going to take up a lot of room in terms of transporting it. But yeah, it's a nice little piece. It's got the neon hits, it's got all the cargo pockets you need. I wore that skating a few times. It's really good for those winter days when you're just freezing up. So that's all the £5 stock. Let's move on to the better bit. So this section here, this is all going to be £10 to £30. So the mid-range items, we got some nice dead stock pieces in here, a couple designer bits, so just people can be happy and, you know, shop some nicer stuff rather than the cheap bits. So we got this really nice, it's an old school Nike tee, but that was my phone falling out. So it's a Nike Classic Sports button up. It's got this contrast stitching around the pocket area. It's just a really nice piece. So these bits haven't really priced up yet, but I think this piece is going to be about £20 because it is like a new piece, but it's still got that retro vibe, so I think a couple of people will be happy with this. We got this vest. I picked this up for my homie because he said he wanted a leather vest like 2-pack, but he didn't want it in the end. He said it's not his vibe anymore, but it's this nice vintage style. It's 100% wool back and leather on the front panel. So size XL. I might keep this and rock it for myself and a few fit pics, but I don't know what the missus will say about that, so getting a bit too out there with the gums. Hood by Ear. Hood by Ear is coming back. I'm telling you, I'm putting money on it. I'm wearing Hood by Ear tonight. You know, we bringing it back. Me and Chris, High Fashion Talk. It's time to come back. So I'm investing in a few pieces that I see cheap. This I picked up for £5. £5. I should pronounce my S's. Sorry, it's a Derbyshire thing. It's got a little bleach stain on the back, but you can't really see it on the other side. So I think for the most part, this could be a nice little tee for someone. You know, they can invest in the brand, and if they start wearing it out, prices are going to go up. Everyone's happy. We got a Gramici fleece. You know, it's got a nice mountaineering style. I know a few dons that are into mountaineering now, so it's a nice little warm piece. New Balance top is probably gonna be a tenner. It's just another vintage piece, thrifted. Adidas top. I believe this is a 90s piece. It's got the nice paneling on it. Nice bright colours. You know, you could really match this with a pair of kicks. This is a martial artist jacket. It's got a nice arm piece. Really nice alternative to Stone Island if you're on a budget. I really mess with a brand that would probably be wearing it if I didn't do what I do. You know, it's a nice affordable piece. That's probably going to be 15 quid. And you know, for someone's day, they can rock up to a date in that. Sorted. So now we're moving into the high-end stock. Starting off, we've got these Nike ACG camo pants. They got the strap, which is good for mountaineering, I've heard. I don't know, I don't climb mountains, I walk them. No, I move them, fam, I move mountains, that's what we're out here to do. Anyway, Telfar piece, XL. You know, a few of these have sold. It's a bigger size, but if people are there and they want it, you know, I'm more than happy to beat the Grail prices on them. These are going for stupid money. I've seen the tees are being sold for like $130. I've been letting them fly out for like 35 quid each a pop. So, you know, if you can undercut the market, definitely do it. We got these Montclair Fragment shorts. So, you know, Fragment stocks has been going up because of Travis Scott recently. You know, all the clubs they've been doing. So it's a really nice piece. Montclair, you know, it's going to be good quality denim. It's got this nice marbling effect. And then on this side, we have the Montclair Fragment embroidery. You know, it's a nice low-key piece. You could wear them to the pub, you could wear them to a football match, and then you could still stunt. The Margellas, the MM6 Margellas. Again, could we just have a moment of silence just to appreciate the absolute girth on these bad boys. These are more a skirt than jeans. I loved them, you know. I wore them in my fit pick, brand new with tags. I've sold wide leg Margellas for quite a fair bit amount of money. They normally go for about 150, but it's MM6, so it's probably worth a little bit less. But if someone wants to wear them in Nottingham, I really want to push that. I want clothing to be accessible. I want to see my local people rocking my garms. So I think I'll let these go for about. The debate in my mind is that you can't go into a shop and buy something like this. So I don't want to let it go too low. On the other hand, it's MM6. It's not as desirable, and it is so weird that the chances of selling it's going to be quite low. So the balance between those two is quite hard. I think 75 open to offers. That's fair. There's still a bit of profit in it for me. Happy days. Moving on. Stone Island. It's got the nice shaped cargo pockets. I believe these are new with tags. They got a nice little stone out and back hit as well. Little logo for the Gowdom. Prada Jeans. Really nice cut on these. I've worn them a couple times myself just to try them on for fit pics and stuff. Nice cut. Nice distressing on them. Brand new with tags. 80 quid, you know. They've been sitting for a little while. I'm hoping I can just get them gone. 80 quid, it's a fair price. Needles tee. Needles tracksuits have been doing really, really well, but I've been getting that the other stuff sits a little bit. So stuff like this tee, even though it's got a really, really nice pattern on it, the quality is absolutely A1. It's a size medium. It's just been sitting a little bit, so I think 50 quid for that's fair. I think that's around what I paid for it, but if I break even, make a tenner, I've still made a tenner. It's all cash in hand. I don't have to worry about messing around with postage or anything, so it's happy days. Balenciaga pocket tee. Super nice warp design. Would go really well with the Margellas, if I can get my words out. It's got the Europa back hit. Yeah, it's a nice little tee. I think 100 quid just to get a high-end item there. If there are some big spenders that come through, you know, they can drop 100 quid on this. They can get a Balenciaga piece for a steal. They're happy. I'm happy. Everyone's happy. Number 9, C2H4. Is it C2H4? I can never remember the acronym. Nice piece I bought for myself, but it just fits a little bit short on me because it's a size small. So yeah, I won 70 for that. You know, number 9's popping. Uzi's still wearing it out and about. So yeah, it's a nice little piece. Gramici hoodie, similar spiel to the mustard one. Fleece. This one's got a hood on it, so it's a tad bit nicer. I think like 40 quid for that. We've got these Lonsdale gentleman tracksuits from the Guy Ritchie movie. So I've got one tracksuit top in green, and then I've got the full tracksuit, I believe, in the other colourway. Or it might be the other way. I can't remember which way around it is. Oh no, sorry, I've got the green tracksuit. I've only got the hoodie. So I'll see what people are saying, what they want to do. I can talk prices. Yeah, the pants are down there. One sec. They're down there. I spotted them. I'll see what people want to do with that. I'm open to offers and deals. I got them really, really cheap. But yeah, there's a real nice piece that was talked about quite a bit when the movie came out. Yeah. I can't talk today. It's too early in the morning. C2H4. I can't remember what this is called. A cassette hoodie, I guess. Nice back print. Got a nice hardware. You know, C2H4. They always go above and beyond, especially with their theming and stuff. Ooh, I just gave that away. But yeah, nice piece. Got a nice sort of coach jacket here, red shimmer material, big logo on the back. 50 quid for that. You know, these were popping a few years ago, but the hype's really died down. I've been trying to sell this for a while now, so we'll see how it goes. Stutterheim chevron jacket, super underrated brand. It's all like bonded seams, fully waterproof, really nice cut material. Everything about it just bangs. Sadly, just don't sell that well. 40 quid if someone wants it. Faith Connection, Converse. Why can't I talk now? I've been talking so fast the whole video and now I'm stuck for words. It's a camo jacket. It has a nice bit of embroidery on the pocket, really nice fit, bit oversized, reflective throughout. So, you know, you can be seen when you're skating the streets at night. It's a really nice piece that. I think 75. You know, this one actually, it has the Converse tag upside down. That's what happens when you buy from outlets. But yeah, nice piece. We'll see how that goes. I ain't even gonna try and pronounce that bullshit. If someone can send me a voice note of how you say that, I will make sure to mention it in further videos. Extra large, really nice jacket, Puma collab, super long. Oh my god, I caught it that time. That's ninja reflexes right there. Yeah, a real nice jacket, but it's just been sitting for a while. I think retail was $290 on this, $290. I'll let it go for about 50. You know, I've still got a little bit of money in that and it's clearing out stock at this point. I want to reinvest. There's a lot of nice garms out there and a lot of opportunities for me. So freeing up cash and space would be great. And to top it off for the clothes, we've got this a cold wall jacket. Really nice material. You know, Samuel Ross, he went to DMU before it was called DMU, which is the same university I studied at. So I've got this nice connection with Samuel Ross. God, I cannot talk. But yeah, so it's a nice piece. It means a lot to me, but it's got a little flaw where the back panel's coming off. I am prepared to let this go for like 100. Be a nice piece for a rapper to wear, you know, music videos and that. Sick.